And welcome back to another most dramatic episode of... Wait, what's my title of the show? The most dramatic Bachelorette review ever. I'm your host, Chris Compton, the Popcorn Priest, and his lovely wife, Jenny. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show.
Hi.
There you go. Double feature.
Yeah.
We had Monday and Tuesday. We forgot that it was a double feature, and we're like, oh no, we've got to watch it at 9:30 p.m. And then which we did, and it was so late we did not record a podcast, so we're now doubling up. It's more for you, listener. Before we get into this, and my apologies to my wife because she doesn't care at all, but I'm not sure who is to blame, but the audio was balls. I don't know if it's Xfinity, our cable provider, or if it's ABC in general, but every other time we've had issues with the audio, and it's really annoying. And we thought maybe it was our theater room set up, and it's not. It's for sure their problem because it worked tonight.
Yeah, well, and it worked on other stations.
And we had to stream it through my laptop, through the Apple TV to our screen. It was ridiculous. But all right, whoever is the problem, you need to fix it because it's bugging the Popcorn Priest. All right, Chris Harrison's back from his hiatus.
Yay!
I'm glad because is it JoJo?
Mm-hmm.
I like her, but she needs to go back to her HGTV show. She's not a very good host. Sorry, JoJo. You're not listening to this anyway, so it doesn't matter. But she's good on her show. But you know what this tells me, honey?
What?
Chris Harrison has a hard job. He does it so effortlessly. He does a good job. Like it's hard to do.
Especially for that very last clip that we just very, very saw at the very end.
Yeah. Yeah, he makes it look easy. So anyway, props.
Well, he's been doing it for a while, so he's got this.
Yeah, which is awesome. But a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, I can do that," but they can't. It's hard. It takes a lot of practice. So good job, Chris.
Well, maybe 20. How many seasons? And you'll be good at it.
Oh, on my show?
No, because Chris has done it for however many seasons. I don't know exactly where we're at.
JoJo.
19.
What are we talking about right now? What?
Chris has done this for 19 seasons.
Oh,
That's why he's so good.
Yeah, he is awesome.
Is it 19?
I don't know. It's been so long. It
doesn't matter. I just keep watching it.
It's
anyway,
so many
so
episodes.
It could be 4. It could be 80. I just keep.
And
watching.
we watched 4 hours of The Bachelorette in 2 nights.
So
that's longer. That's longer than an extended Lord of the Rings movie.
But this is more entertaining.
That's debatable. Let's get into the dates. So Blake gets the one-on-one in episode, was it 10? I don't know. 10. The 2 episodes. Blake gets the one-on-one and goes to like a crystal lady that's into crystals, and they have like a little date.
She's
a shaman. And Blake had no clue. They like cut between him and her, like the different like talking heads, and he was talking like everything was
loving it, and
fine.
she's just like
Yeah. See you later, Blake.
Yeah,
that was
he's
rough,
a good dude. Yeah, but again, she only picks one.
And I put in my notes, like, I feel like Bennett isn't as good as Blake, and she invites Bennett back.
Well, she just invites him to the rose ceremony to send him home.
I know, that was weird.
Come to the rose ceremony and I will just send you home then, again. And it's funny that she sent Bennett and Noah both home that night.
Well, yeah, exactly. So she sends Blake home on the one-on-one, comes back.
Oh, and then she comes back and sends
and she's crying.
Riley home.
Yeah, exactly. Then she grabs Riley to talk to him separately, and lots of dudes are on the chopping block.
She's just knocking him out.
I wrote down here,
good.
she's dropping the hammer.
But if she doesn't feel it, you might as well do it now, then wait to her rose ceremony.
I mean, to be honest, and this comes with a grain of salt, she's my favorite Bachelorette of all time.
You think so?
Yeah, just because she's so nice. She's really decisive. She's really...
There's not a lot of, other than like Noah and Bennett, which wasn't even comparable to some other seasons, there hasn't been a lot of drama.
Yeah, she just cares about everybody. She just cares about people's feelings. Like, she just seems nice. And some of the bachelors and bachelorettes, again, I don't remember them all because they all are the same, but
They're not the same.
They all get mean sometimes and angry and sad and blah, blah, blah. But anyway.
Yeah, she's nice. We like her.
Noah, I wrote down here, Noah rolled his eyes when Bennett talked about saying he loved her when he came back. Did you notice that? Mm-hmm. Then the cocktail party's canceled. Do you remember who got roses?
Yeah, the 4 that she wants to do hometowns.
Zach got rose number 1. Ivan got rose number 2. Brendan got rose number 3. And then Ben obviously already had a rose. Mm-hmm. And then the episode lamely turns into a men tell all. Yeah,
but half the guys weren't there.
Yeah.
Like Easy wasn't there.
So many. You rattled them off while we're watching, and I'm like, oh yeah, why isn't he there?
Well, Joseph, but then you see him later. But Easy and Spencer wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of people missing, which is weird. They replayed the line because they have to rehash everything, and Noah and Bennett have to get into another fight, and I just love when they repeat, "I'm not here to breastfeed Noah." This is so funny. I wrote down here, Chris Harrison loses control. Oh yeah, he lost control, but he lost control of the dudes. Group. Like, they went ape for a while.
They always do. Everyone loves the drama. What
was the big deal? I can't even remember.
Know. I'm sure it was Noah and
Well, no, because the boy band guy, breast tat guy, he was angry.
He was standing up
and yelling and swearing at everybody. Yeah. Noah just wants to create drama. And you said this, and I actually agree with you.
What did I say? I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. I was waiting for you to say, "Oh, let's make sure we re-record that I agree with you." But that Noah's creating drama so that he can come back on future seasons of like Bachelor in Paradise and other stuff. Like, I feel like he just wants to create
get in the Bachelor world and start dating all the girls and like.
Yeah. A couple other things before we move on to tonight's episode. Tonight's episode, the outtakes were not great. And
the bloopers.
Yeah, there was too much man meat, and we'll leave it at that. There's a lot of meat shots. Yosef comes back halfway through the episode. Boy band says you weren't even there, which I kind of agree with. Like,
he was so upset about that date that he wasn't even on.
Exactly. And 3 of the guys mentioned, they're like, "Hey, we were okay with it. We were there. You weren't even there, and you have such a big problem with it."
Yeah, and he wasn't even apologetic to what he said to Claire.
Yeah, so Chris gives him an out multiple times,
which is fine. It's not fine.
It's not fine. He didn't treat her very nice.
I mean, you can't make someone change.
Well, the problem is Yosef, if he wants to take a stand like, "Hey, I don't want to be objectified," that's fine. But that's where he needs to stop and say, "Okay, That's it. Then he took it too far and was
for sure.
mean to her, and that wasn't fair. But
not appropriate.
Bye Yosef
and all
twice.
The other guys were like, dude, not okay.
Yeah, everyone's eyes were like looking back and forth. Like, is this guy gonna apologize? Nope. And Chris says, "Oh, if your daughter were here, would you want to like would you, if some other man treated your daughter like that, would you want him to apologize?" And he said no. I'm like, dude, the whole anyway.
Anyways,
lame. Yeah. Yosef, go home again. Episode 2 of the back-to-back.
Hometowns.
Dudes. So it starts out, the dudes are broing out after Chris talks to them about hometowns. You remember that? They're just like dancing and like hugging each other and like these guys.
Well, they become friends.
Yeah.
Who cares? They're dating the same
Do you
woman.
think the
They're
dudes
just friends.
Do that more than the ladies?
Well, the ladies probably like paint their nails and do their hair together, and
I feel like the dudes bro out way more than the ladies.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. I'm not there.
Well, no, we're watching it. That's what we're seeing. Brendan was up first for the hometowns. So there's 4 hometowns, 4 dudes left. How did you rate his date?
Well, I have to give them all credit because that's hard because they're not actually going to their hometown. So how do you bring your town to a resort? So I feel like they did good considering the circumstances.
I don't know. I felt like his date wasn't that great. But we found out Brendan's a great dancer. Yeah,
what's up with that? He never showed us that.
And does he shave his legs? Which is fine if you want to do that, but like...
I don't know, probably.
Okay. Brendan shaves his legs, probably. She says she sees herself falling in love with him, but not falling in love with him. What does that even mean?
I think she's unsure of what he is feeling. Because he hasn't said I love you either.
Hasn't he?
I don't know.
Zach is the only one that has said that, right?
I think so.
And she said it back to him.
Yeah, but then later she's like, I'm falling in love with him. So I don't know.
Speaking of Zach's up next, second hometown. She has said she has loved him back, right?
Yeah, but then she said she's falling in love with him.
What's the difference? Can you tell me? I'm a man that I feel like that's the same thing. Well, I think
she just, at that one date, she said it. I can't remember if she said, I'm falling in love with you too. Like, I'm falling in love with you too. Or I love you too. I can't remember if it was the full I love you or I'm falling in love with you too. So probably I'm falling in love with you too.
There's a difference between I love you and I'm falling in love with you. Is one deeper?
Falling in love means I'm not quite there yet. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm falling in love with you, meaning I'm
getting there.
I'm too afraid to say I love you because I don't want to get hurt. So I'm protecting myself.
Okay, it's like the precursor to I love you.
Yes.
All right. Zach needs a sweat rag.
They all do. I feel
Actually,
so bad.
a sweat towel.
Like, I feel so bad. It's so hot there. Like, you would be so ornery.
His sweat was dripping off of his earlobes.
You're so funny.
Why am I... What? This is what
things that you're like, pick out and then want to talk about.
That's because this is my perspective. You can talk about whatever you want. This is what I see. It's just so much sweat. He's just like... And you're right. If I was in Palm Springs and it's got to be over 100 degrees... I mean, would you want to kiss men's when they're all sweaty? I'm asking. I don't know.
That's probably why they ended it in the fountain so they could cool off a minute.
Yeah, that's my second question. Would you jump into a fountain?
Why not?
I don't think you would.
Well, not now, but if I was like falling in love, I did a lot of funny things.
Yeah, but with your nice dress on, your sundress on and everything, I don't know.
I don't know. Why not?
Zach's mom has had a lot of son, FYI. And this, to me, this is the most puzzling relationship of all.
I don't know. I think she really, really likes him, and I'm kind of surprised about it.
How do you feel about the brother's question?
What was the question?
It was like, how do you feel about Zach, and where are you with the other guys? And she kind of glosses over it. Is that an okay question? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Well, I can see why he would want to know that answer, but what is she supposed to say? She's like falling in love with 4 dudes, and she's dating them all right now. Like, it's a different dynamic than just, you know, so she can't say, well, he's number 2 out of 4. Like, you know.
Well, no, and she's right. Like, nobody wants to know.
Talk about the other guys.
Yeah.
But I can understand the brother's concern because I would want to know too, but she can't say.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's number 3. Sorry, guys. I just had to meet you anyways, but.
Yeah, it's not like she's ranking them.
Well, I know, but like.
But, you know, yeah.
That's what he like wanted to say or something.
Yeah. I really liked how his dad could pick up on how Zach was smiling. And like he knew something was different, and it's cool that like your own family members can pick up on that stuff. And I thought that was very touching from his father. Mm-hmm. And not sure if his mom was wiping away tears or if it was just tons of sweat dripping down everybody's faces. Anything else left about Zach? Mm-mm. So Ivan's up 3rd, and like. I'm sorry. Every time, okay, you can do a drinking game with this podcast. Every time I say sweat, you can take a drink because Ivan, within 2 seconds, his shirt is completely drenched with sweat. I'm sorry, this is the sweat episode. And then they go cook. They cook some Filipino food.
Cool. She likes to cook. She loved it.
Yeah. Although, looks kind of burnt and gross.
It didn't sound like he liked it when she put it in his mouth either.
He kind of like hit his face and didn't want to say if he liked it or not.
But why wouldn't he? I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't look great. I would like to try some. I love foods, but it didn't look great.
He sounded like he just wanted, like he was disappointed his parents were there and he only wanted his brother. And I was like, oh man, like all he wants to see is his brother. And then of course they bring out his brother,
which was cool.
Which was really cool, and I'm glad that they have such an amazing relationship.
Yeah,
like that was really cool to see.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. His mom is Filipino, which doesn't matter. He's got a Filipino mom and a African American dad, and she's like, I don't get why so many parents and siblings on these hometowns are always like, you know, I don't get this. This is all happening too fast, and I don't really understand.
Oh, they're skeptical about the process.
It's like, remember that time when he's going on a show to meet someone with another 30 dudes? That's what this is, lady. It's like you going into the pool and being like, you know, this is too wet. This pool's too wet. It's like, yeah, it's weird. It's a TV show. It's all weird. Move on. So many people are like, I don't like this process. Well, then I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah. So Ivan's mom's not liking it. The surprise, like you mentioned, was really cool that his brother shows up. Ben's up last. They do a Venice Beach date with rollerblades. Baron's parents couldn't make it. Apparently his dad's a doctor and dealing with COVID stuff.
Busy right now, yeah.
That would be hard.
Yeah, but I mean, he was really happy to see his sister and that family friend. So, and I feel like it was good.
Yeah. Ben is his back is so large. He is a large cut gentleman. Ben is. He's a big dude. So his sister and family friends show up. We weren't sure which is which initially. And he doesn't dare to tell her.
Tell her what, babe?
That he loves her.
Aww. Yeah, I know, dude. It's too late. Now it's too late. It was kind of awkward when they were leaving.
Yeah,
too. He's like, so I'm just going to sit here and watch you walk away? And she's like, unless you got anything else to say.
Yeah,
like...
she was like wanting it. And then all of a sudden just motioning like, okay, well, I guess if you're not going to say anything. It was so awkward. And I mean, and then she says she's falling in love with all four of them right before the rose ceremony. And poor Ben. And he didn't even cry in the car. No,
because he said he doesn't know how to show emotion. Like before, he's like, I don't even know how to cry. He's like, I don't even know what to do to cry. I'm like, that's so sad.
If someone kicks him in the junk, he might cry.
Maybe, but like that's sad that you have like shut everything down so much that like you can't express yourself because it's like.
He needs to watch like
so sad.
Like that. What's that sad movie that I hate watching about the guy? P.S. I Love You. He should watch that and just cry for like 2 hours straight. Ben had no emotion.
It was too late.
And I didn't love this, but I wrote it down and it's sad. But he says in the car, maybe she loved me and didn't know I loved her back.
Which was exactly right, because he couldn't say it to her.
Yeah. I don't want to end on a sad note, but that's the last thing that I have to say about, and that's it. That's the end of the episode.
Yeah, but hopefully, like, I don't know if they'll make her feel worse, because if she watches it, he says
it will
he
make her
loves
feel worse.
To his family friend. He's like, I love her. And he's like, I don't know how to say it. And she's like, but he can rattle it off, no problem with the family friends, but I think he's just protecting himself.
Yeah, but now he's extra sad.
But I'm excited. 3 guys.
So who's left? We've got Ivan,
Zach.
And Zach. What's your pick?
And I'm excited that it's a doubleheader next week.
Oh yeah, finale Monday and Tuesday night. We'll see who she picks.
So who's your prediction?
Oh man, I got 3 out of the 4.
What was your prediction last week? Didn't you pick Ben? Or who did you pick?
I picked 3 out of 4. I can't remember whichever one was wrong.
Ivan. I don't think we expected Ivan.
Yeah, Ivan was the wild card. Oh man. Okay, I'll tell you who she's gonna pick, and then I'll tell you who I want her to pick.
Okay.
And then I want your pick. I think she's gonna pick Zach. But I want her to pick Brendan.
I agree. But I kind of...
Brendan has all the divorced stuff, and they're like connecting on that, and
he can freaking move that we didn't even know. The other thing is,
he's just mover and shaker.
He was the only one that she wasn't nervous to meet the family. The very first one, she's like, I'm not nervous, let's do this. And all the other ones, she's like, I'm so nervous. She's like, I don't get nervous, but I'm nervous. But you weren't nervous.
We do see her talking in the promo. We do see her talking to her dad, and there's some uncertainty there. And then, of course,
but it's
much
never
crying.
What you think it is. I'm sure she's sad when she sends someone home, and not some of the tears. But
I don't know. It's going to be a long 2 nights.
No, it's not. It's going to be so fun.
Oh man,
it's going to be fun.
What we dudes go through for our wives
just as
and
much
girlfriends.
as I do.
I'm trying.
You love it.
I'm trying to get into it.
No, you love it just as much as I.
With that comment from my wife, we'll see you next week on the most dramatic Bachelorette review